Welcome to our school's podcast. Here we're going to show you how teachers, parents, and pupils can share advice, tips, and know-how to bring the best out of all of us. Learning is a joint experience, and through our series of interviews, we can all learn more and achieve even greater things. Here is this week's host.
Thank you. Thank you indeed. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the exciting, and I do mean exciting podcast here. This is the Grizzly Talk Podcast with your host, Kennedy Lucas Patterson, y'all. Welcome back. We are back here streaming on our audio platforms such as Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Pandora, SoundCloud. We're everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know I've been off the grid a couple of days, and I didn't really want to express what happened until after everything was done because it's been a crazy last 2 days. But ladies and gentlemen, as you guys may have not noticed, that we've moved to a different facility when it comes to our studio work, and also I moved into a new home, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So I was trying to get all of this stuff together. It was a little bit more challenging than ever to try to move a whole studio, move to a different home, and also keep up with schoolwork as well. It's been a crazy last 2 days, but we were able to do it. I finally got my home set up correctly, and of course I had the internet, and then in the studio we had to get some internet hooked up too. So it really worked out well the last 2 days, and it just really is amazing. It's a blessing in disguise to be moving. Although that a lot of people are staying indoors right now, we had to make a move quickly for this move. So hopefully you guys are excited for more podcasting to come on our social media. I know it's been a minute. It's been 2 days, and you guys are wondering, hey, is Kennedy on a break? Kennedy, I never take a break, y'all. I just never really get to take a break. But we're back on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and we have quite a few things I want to talk about. First of all, I want to say happy first of the month. Happy May, everyone. Yes. So it is the 1st of May, May 1st, and May 1st starts a whole nother chapter in terms of summer. Now, I know this summertime is a little bit different than most summers that we had before at GGC, but we're going to try to make this a grand summertime for sure. I'm pretty optimistic. I'm pretty hopeful for our future, and I am hopeful that everything will be back to normal. I know it takes a minute to have something like that back to normal, but I predict that we'll be back to normal very soon. So hopefully you guys are hanging in there. So we've got quite a few things that I want to announce today, and I do want to talk about a topic today too, but we will be doing a podcasting. Well, of course, we're doing our regular podcasting, but we will be having the 1 hour spectacular coming up May 12th of 2020. So you guys, thank you. So you guys are asking, what's happening May 12th? That's such a strange day. So the GTP network, we decided to throw a birthday kind of podcast bash to spend time with you guys and on 1 hour. And whose birthday, you might ask, is actually my birthday, May 12th. I will be turning 24. So I wanted to kind of share my birthday with you guys due to the fact that normally on every birthday, and kid you not, GGC community, birthdays are very special to me. When everyone has a birthday that I know about, we try to find ways to celebrate, because birthdays are a very, very vital part of your lifetime, is to make sure you celebrate your birthday really well. Unfortunately, my birthday happens to be next weekend. We're still quarantined a little bit. We're still doing our social distancing, even though restaurants and stuff are still open. Well, they're opened up now. Normally every year I'll go to PF Chang's, but I can't do that this year due to the whole coronavirus thing. So, thanks coronavirus for that. But we're going to be spending 1 hour on my birthday with you guys. I don't know if we're going to do live or an Instagram chat yet or not. I have to make that decision. I might just do an IGTV live stream. That's probably what I might end up doing later on if we decide to do that. But we're going to be spending 1 hour for you guys on my birthday, just to kind of talk and, just really relate. And it's possibly going to be an Instagram live. So you, GGC community, you have a chance to tune into the live stream and you can ask me questions. You can do any comments, or you can do anything that you'd like to see next in the podcast within that live stream. So it really is a good time for you guys to be a part of that, being that you guys made it thus far with our podcasting, especially with our Instagram. I really think we're going to do the IGTV because you've really been liking the content we've been doing so far, whether it's our GTP commercials and, of course, the casting of our new documentary film, Corona versus America, to which we actually have some students who are quite interested about that. So I'm excited, to say the least. I'm very excited to see the kind of students that want to be a part of this special project. This is something that, I've been wanting to make a documentary for the longest time, but a lot of networks and a lot of directors are making some sort of film or documentary about the pandemic right now. So I thought it would be our great opportunity to kind of cast and interview students and professors and even communities around GGC about how they've been affected to this. And really what this documentary is, it's just kind of to show that we shouldn't take things for granted, because, there's a lot of things we can't do now simply because we took it for granted and we just didn't really know too much about it. And now that it's gone and it's taken away from us, we tend to miss it more. I've missed going out to eat sometimes. I miss, property management that I work in. I wish we had more sales revenue coming in, but we just don't. And I miss the gym too. So I really miss the gym. So that's kind of what this documentary is about. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Very, very excited for sure. Now we're going to talk about some fun, exciting stuff here related to GGC. Just to let the GGC community know, the spring 2020 rental textbooks return has been extended to June 15th. Of course, you can pack your textbook. You can print your free label and get your books shipped to the store. Now, if you go to the website, they're going to have the free label printed that you can print, and you put it on the box so that way you don't have to pay for a shipping cost. GGC is covering that up, and they extended the deadline to June 15th, which is great. That's a whole month to get a lot of things together. And it's really amazing that they extended that, because as I was moving into my new home, I saw my books that I rented, and I'm just trying to figure out, I got to get those books mailed out. But luckily they extended the deadline to June 15th, so you have plenty of time, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not done that so far. Of course, you can print a free shipping label on the website at ggc.bnbncollege, that's barnesnoblecollege.com. It's going to have the free label. They're going to cover the cost of your shipping. All you got to do is just find a box, put your books in there, ship it off. That's all it is. And it's a great time this week to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I would say maybe not a great time, because I know a lot of students might still be using their books for finals. I know I have quite a few finals coming up this coming week, so I'm probably going to have my books around just in case if I need it. But if you're done with finals, if you're completely done, go ahead and get your books shipped out. And I do want to say, since we're talking about ending finals and being done with finals, I want to congratulate the class of 2020 for spring, ladies and gentlemen. Now, congratulations to the spring of 2020, class of 2020. I know a lot of students are with the class of spring of 2020 that's supposed to be, they're still graduating and supposed to be walking next week. And unfortunately, the spring of 2020 won't necessarily have a walk ceremony due to, of course, obviously about what's going on. But I do want to come on the podcast and say congratulations to the class of 2020. You did it. I really am sad that they won't have a ceremony for it in particular due to this whole effect. But, what can you do? It's the life that we live in. Unfortunately, it's the unfair life that we live in. So it really sucks that most class of 2020, they won't really be walking. Of course, they get their degree, they'll be graduated, but they won't have a ceremony this time around. So I don't know what GGC is planning. I don't know if they're going to backlog it and wait till late summer to host it, or are they going to collaborate with the fall of 2020? Because I've heard from students that their idea, and this has been tossed in the air, is kind of a rumor that if the class of spring 2020 would like to have a ceremony, then they can join the class of 2020 in fall. That will be our class. I cannot wait. That is the class that I am in, ladies and gentlemen, the class of fall 2020. So, I really hope that they are able to cope with that. Real quick on the podcast, of course, everyone is talking about it, and I wanted to talk about it, of course, obviously, on the Grizzly Talk podcast. Of course, the CARES Act, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the CARES Act Relief Fund, this was a blessing in disguise, honestly, for a lot of us GGC students. I've read the emails, and a lot of students got their emails. Don't think they should have shared it on their Facebook, but that's besides the point. A lot of people shared it on their social media about this thing, and this is a relief fund grant that pretty much almost every GGC student is getting. Now, I say almost because if you're registered within the spring of 12 credit hours, you will receive a maximum of $900. And if you're a little bit less than that, you'll be receiving a maximum of $450. The reason why that being is because GGC was awarded or was giving about $14 million to give back to the GGC community and the students who are in crisis and who are in this kind of predicament right now. It really is a balance helper. And I want to give you a few tips about this. This is kind of some financial advice. I know I can talk about it on the podcast, but it's up to you guys to take advantage of that or not. So the CARES Act Relief Fund, I really recommend a lot of GGC students. That $900 is amazing, and I applaud GGC for doing something like that, because a lot of schools may not have an alternative to help out the GGC community. So this is a grant that was given to every GGC, almost every GGC student, and I wanted to kind of tell you guys how to conserve and save that money. We do live in some uncertain times right now, so I really recommend that a lot of people put that up in savings and use it unless you really, really need to. A lot of people, this happens all over the world, where people get some sort of check of a refund or a tax refund or even the stimulus check. It is a good idea to put it up in savings and save it into your accounts just in case you can pull it out when you need it. That is something that I've, taught myself how to do. Rather, it's not even the CARES Act, but it's just me financially and making sure that I balance my books. I put things away in savings. So I really recommend GGC students, if you are receiving the CARES Act Relief Fund, save it. Do not spend it all in one go unless you really absolutely have to. Save it, because we are in some uncertain times right now. We don't know if there's going to be a stimulus 2 check, or we just don't know. We don't know the uncertain right now. So I really recommend GGC students save it up. And if there's an investment opportunity, invest a little bit in it. I wouldn't invest all of it in it, because who knows? You never know what might happen. So save it, save it, save it. I cannot express that enough to the GGC community. Save it, save it, save it. That's pretty straightforward, because again, you may not know. The institutional refund of the federal government is for relief from your expenses according to the basis and additional costs due to changes in our normal daily education operations due to COVID-19 pandemic. Read the email. That's straightforward within their email. This is used for your expenses occurring if you need it. Don't spend it all in one go. Don't go shopping with it. Save it up, because you never know. So that's going to wrap it up here for the Grizzly Talk podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Happy May 1st. And please be sure to come on back and follow us next week as we do more podcasting within the month of May. And stay tuned for my birthday 1 hour spectacular bash on our Instagram at Grizzly_Talk. This has been the Grizzly Talk podcast with your host, Kennedy Patterson. Go Grizzlies and stay safe.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.